What's up, YouTube? It's your boy MC, and we're gonna learn some Japanese. I'm sorry. I think I feel dirty now. I need a shower. That won't happen again. Just a couple of quick things. If you see me looking over here, my eyes aren't looking. I'm not staring into your eyes. It's because I've got my phone facing me, so I can actually see see how I'm. How do they do it? So I can see myself and I can make sure I'm in frame and so on. If it wobbles like that, it's because it's on a very cheap version of a GorillaPod attached to a lamp on the table. If you see me looking down here, it's because I've got some notes, and if there are lots of cuts and edits in the video, that's because I'm new to this. I'm sort of finding my way and learning what to do. So with that out of the way, hello, I'm Mark, and I want to learn Japanese. I don't know if this video is going to be posted or not, but I want to do something to document what I'm doing. Today is Tuesday, and it is the 1st of October. I've been thinking about it for a long time and nibbling at the edges for a long time, but I started on Friday 4 days ago, and I was very pleased with my initial progress. I was chuffed. So I thought, why not document it? Again, this may or may not be posted. It may or may not be something that's worthy of being put online, but let's find out together, shall we? First of all, I'll explain why I want to learn. Then I'll try to outline how I'm going to go about it, or how I think I'm going to go about it, because obviously it's going to be student-centered learning. It's going to be me doing it, not someone teaching me and giving me a curriculum. So yeah, and then we'll have a look at how far, or what I've done so far, and how it's gone. So my wife and myself, we went to Japan in April of this year, 2019, and it was on a cruise on the Queen Elizabeth, and I really enjoyed the country, and it was an excellent holiday, but I would change a couple of things. First of all, I wouldn't go on a cruise again. I was constantly either seasick or convinced we were going to sink. I basically, anxiety took over at night when we were rocking about, and there were some loud creaks and bangs and things, and I wasn't happy. And you don't get to see enough of the country. It's I learnt how to use watercolor paints. That was nice on the boat. There were talks on art and things. There was dancing lessons. Didn't do any of that. The food was all right. The food at the posh restaurant on board for the evenings, where you had to have your black tie and so on. I've never seen a menu so big with so few things on it that I would actually eat, because I'm quite picky, which can be problematic in Japan. But they do make delicious strawberry and cream sandwiches. You can buy those at the 7-Eleven. They're fab. Number two, I would like to have understood Japanese when I went. My wife booked the trip 18 months in advance, so I had a year and a half. I had loads of time to crack on. I had a lot of materials that I could have used to try to learn even just a bit of conversational Japanese. But before I knew it, I was on the plane and I was heading east, and I could sort of say, "Excuse me, can you speak English? Thank you. Good morning, good day, good night," that sort of thing. And that was it. Had no real handle on how to read anything particularly. I could recognize sort of Nihon, the name of the country, probably the kanji for a mountain. I may be wrong on that. I don't know. But yeah, I wasted an opportunity there, and I don't want that to happen again, because we're absolutely going to visit Japan again. It's going to be a perpetual item on the bucket list from now on, I think. And that's definitely going to happen. So I want to be prepared for that. A second reason for wanting to learn the language is I like watching, and I like the idea of watching anime and dramas, media from other countries. And Japan is so far removed from Western culture. It's deadly interesting, so it is. So I like the idea of watching these things and consuming this media more than I actually do it, because when I've got the TV on at home, when there's a Blu-ray on, or we've stuck on the Netflix or whatever it is, I will tend to be doing something else at the same time. I'll be noodling on the computer. I'll be messing about on my phone. I'll be doing something. I'll be sorting trading cards or whatever. So I'm a very passive watcher of television. I mean, watching could even go in air quotes, because I don't tend to stare directly at the screen very often. But obviously, if you can hear what's going on, you know through the audio cues when it's getting good. So you're like, oh, it's just find out what's happening now. This is exciting. Brilliant, brilliant. Obviously, if it's in a foreign language, you're losing an awful lot of the information that you can gain through your ears if you don't speak that language. So that means, say, with something like anime, I would have to either have it with the subtitles on, so I understood it, but that means I have to be actively watching it, and my productivity in my own mind, because I'm not really being productive when I'm on the computer watching TV, but my productivity drops massively, and I'm just sat, and I tend to fidget, and I tend to get a little bit restless. So that's not much cop. Or I could watch the dubbed version, and that is unacceptable. So that's why I want to learn. How am I going to learn? I've got a couple of videos bookmarked on the differences between Western and Japanese pronunciation, and showing you how to pronounce things. And I've watched them, and I've watched them. I've given them, and I've given those sort of a brief run through. I haven't, really allowed them to embed, but they're bookmarked in order that I can just return to them every so often and just refresh myself on the pronunciation, to ensure that when I'm learning things, I'm getting it as close to correct as possible. It's never going to be perfect. I don't expect to be perfect. I'm not aiming for 100% fluency. I've got no time scale in mind for how long this is going to take. I really don't care. I have time on my hands. I am euphemistically between jobs right now, so I have a lot of time to spend on this right now, and hopefully these learning habits, when I am gainfully employed again, will continue. Well, anyway, I'm going to start with the hiragana and then the katakana. I'm sure my pronunciation there was horrible, so I apologize for that, but it should get better if I do this correctly. I've got that going for me. So I'm going to learn the hiragana and the katakana. These are syllabary, so they're like an alphabet, but each symbol has one sound. So the English alphabet has 26 letters. 26 letters, pretty sure of that. And the hiragana and the katakana have more characters than that, but they represent the same sounds for different uses. So while the hiragana has, I'm going to say 46. I don't know if that's right. Please don't kill me in the comments, but hiragana has 46, katakana has 46. That's a number plucked from the air. Don't get excited. They have pretty much fixed sounds. So in English, you can have a series of letters in an order, like O-U-G-H, and you will make the word rough, and although, and through, and thorough. And there's 4 different sounds being made with exactly the same set of letters, using the kanas, which I believe is the collective name for the kanji. So the hiragana and the katakana, the kanas, a set of characters in a particular order will generally always make the same sounds, except with different pitch and emphasis depending on the word. So there are more letters, but there are fewer chances of making mistakes reading those letters once you know those letters and the sounds that they're supposed to make. Hence having to return then to the pronunciation videos every so often, just to remind myself. As I understand it, katakana and hiragana serve 2 different purposes. So the hiragana are for standard Japanese words, while katakana are used for things borrowed from other languages or for emphasis, so like italics or capital letters, that sort of thing, to make things stand out. The hiragana tend to be more swoopy, swirly, pretty, whereas the katakana are sort of more spiky. So they do stand out. They're more stark, I think. In order to learn these, I found, if I can just find it on my computer here, a video. I won't share the link to this video because I think that might come across as an endorsement of their entire scheme or way of study, and I don't know enough about it to confidently say this is a good company who can sell you an excellent product. No idea. I mean, if you go onto the Learn Japanese subreddit, everyone who is or has learned or teaches Japanese has a different view of what the best way of doing things is. I think whatever works for you. Do that. So if you were to search on YouTube for something like Learn Hiragana in 1 hour, how to read and write Japanese, you'll find it there. Fairly sure I winked. Yeah, so you go to that video and it just gives you a mnemonic, I think. How to... Hey Siri, say mnemonic.
Here's some information.
Well, that's useless. So it uses mnemonics to really burn into your brain what these characters mean, because they look, when you first glance at them, they look very abstract. But you get a mnemonic attached to it, and I cannot see te, for instance, without seeing a dog's tail now. Tail or teru. I think that sounded pretty good. Or what else? I can't see to without thinking of a tornado. That wasn't so good, was it? What else? Ne looks like a snail, hiding behind a nail. So these things, they do actually stick. So yes, I'm doing that, and then I have on the videos they do a little quiz at the end of each section, sort of each section of 5 hiragana, and just for your own edification or your own testing, just to check how well you've taken it on that run. But I don't expect in that sort of 5-10 minutes for that set of characters to actually learn them. What I then do is go to an app called Pastel, or for Americans probably Pastel. Let me just check. Pastel Daily Kana Quiz. I try quite a few different apps. This is one I'm happy to recommend. I think it costs £4 to unlock it or something like that. But yeah, it's the only one that was granular enough to let me pick which sections of the sounds I wanted to practice. So a, I, u, e, o are the sort of 4 bass sounds, and then you've got ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Again, my pronunciation there will not be good. That's not what we're fixated on right at this moment. And it lets you pick each set, so you can concentrate on the ones you've just done, then you can integrate them back into the ones you've done previously. It only gives you a very short time to look at the kana and then hit the sound that it matches with. Or you can do it the other way around. Look at the sound written in Roman letters. I think they call it romaji. Again, I'll learn this. And then you hit the character that matches with that. I've only done it hiragana to Western sounds so far. And I hopefully will have had a little video or a screen record of me playing it on my phone in this video. I might not, I don't know, it might be difficult to do. I have no idea. But if I do, then what you won't be able to see is me using my hand to pretend this is my, in fact, I've got an old phone here. So this is me playing it, say, this phone I don't think hasn't got any juice. It's an old one that's just lying around. And the sound will come up on the screen. I will cover up the options below. When I see the hiragana here, I cover up the options below so that I have to say it to myself. So say ka comes up, I go ka, and then uncover it and hit ka. Because I found that having 4 options to choose from made it a little bit more easy than maybe it should be. It's good to start with, but yeah, that made it too simple. So anyway, we'll do the hiragana. We'll do it using that method. I may play Pixel Party on my Switch as well. That looks like a good fun game. Hiragana Pixel Party. I think it's at £8 in the UK. It's on the phone, but you know, with my eyes being what they are these days, getting on a bit. Yeah, I shall probably play it on the Switch. It's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to move on to words and the kanji. The kanji are probably what you think of when you picture Japanese or Chinese writing in your mind. I mean, a symbol for every word. It must be impossible. I'm led to believe it's not impossible. So I am likely to be using Wanikani. I've basically been doing some research. I have Remembering the Kanji by Heisig, but Wanikani looks more fun, basically, and it looks more interesting. Now, whether it's faster or slower is up for debate. I've seen some videos going both ways. However, Wanikani looks like it might be for me. If it's not, it's not, and we shall attempt a different method. So what I will be doing is learning new words all the time, drilling myself on those words, learning their spellings. Well, I will know their spellings because I will know hiragana and katakana by then. However, the kanji that go with them are also a spelling, so I'll be learning the kanji that go along with. But that's a little bit down the line. You know, I've got a good couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, with hiragana and katakana before I really want to get stuck into the kanji and the vocabulary. Really, I want to be exceptionally secure on the syllabaries before I go any further. So yeah, that's about it really for now. Yeah, I think that is it. I've been on YouTube, you know, I've used YouTube for years, so I know I'm supposed to tell you something about a button and a bell and a subscribe and a, I don't know, comment down below who would win in a fight between Marquee and Japanese language. Yeah, that's about it really. Hopefully I'll be doing these videos regularly. Perhaps at some point we'll actually have a schedule, or I'll have a schedule for putting them out. But until next time, thank you for watching. Love you, bye.